Hello, my name is Carrie Hines, and this is my program assessment critique for the TRIO Student Support Services at North Idaho College. The TRIO program was founded in 1968 as an amendment to the 1965 Higher Education Act. The TRIO program is designed to assist in the recruitment, retention, and success of traditionally underrepresented or disadvantaged student populations, such as first-generation, low income, and students with disabilities. The North Idaho College TRIO program was founded in 2001, and its mission statement is to assist underrepresented participants, including those who are first generation, low income, or students with disabilities, in overcoming social, cultural, financial, personal, academic, and other challenges in order to be successful in their academic goal of graduation and transfer to a four-year institution. This program is in direct alignment with the North Idaho College mission and values in its support of student success, lifelong learning, and a commitment to meet the diverse educational needs of its student population. The primary purpose of the TRIO program is clear from its mission statement of its support of student success, retention, graduation, and transfer. The TRIO program has 5 goals. The first is to serve 160 eligible students per year. 2/3 of these students must be low income and first generation or students with disabilities. The remaining 1/3 of participants can be low income or first generation. The second goal is to assist their students in maintaining good academic standings. The third is persistence, retention, and transfer of their students. Number 4, graduation with an associate's degree. And number 5, graduation and transfer to a four-year institution. From these goals, the TRIO program has identified 5 student competencies and 3 program objectives to help students successfully reach the program goals. The program's 5 competency areas are designed to support and encourage the success of TRIO students. They are specific to the struggles of first-generation, low-income, and students with disabilities. The first is academic skills. The majority of students eligible for the TRIO program are highly unprepared for college-level coursework at North Idaho College. 92% of students in TRIO programs test into remedial math, and less than 50% of them will successfully complete this sequence at North Idaho College. The second is financial literacy. Many of the students participating in the TRIO program are low income. Compared to their more advantaged counterparts, young adults from low-income backgrounds have a higher risk of accruing debt burdens that exceed the national average. This oftentimes makes it difficult to repay loans after graduation. Through the TRIO program, students receive additional assistance and help understanding financial aid and how to make good financial choices. The third competency is graduation and transfer planning. First-generation and low-income students in particular are not accustomed to making long-term commitments to build a better future. Educational planning can help prevent students from becoming overwhelmed with the planning process and guide them towards graduation. The fourth competency area is the development of non-cognitive skills. TRIO-eligible students frequently lack non-cognitive skills such as self-confidence, a sense of belonging, motivation, and positive academic behaviors required to persist in higher education. The fifth competency is career planning. Career building is vital to identifying a student's educational goal. Determining an intended career helps students stay focused on their goals, and they are less likely to take classes unneeded and to make their way towards graduation. A successful student will leave the TRIO program with all 5 of these listed competencies. The TRIO program has 3 objectives. The first objective, persistence rate. 60% of all participants served in the reporting year by the TRIO program will persist from one academic year to the beginning of the next academic year, or earn an associate's degree and/or transfer from a 2-year to a 4-year institution by the fall term of the next academic year. Objective 2, academic standing. 70% of all enrolled TRIO students will meet the performance level required to stay in good academic standing at North Idaho College. Objective 3, graduation and transfer rate. 25% of new participants served each year will graduate from NIC with an associate's degree within 4 years. And 18% of these participants served each year will receive an associate's degree from NIC and transfer to a 4-year institution within 4 years. All 3 objectives clearly tie back into the program goal and student competencies. The program objectives are measurable and support the program goals. The TRIO program has developed support services to specifically assist students in reaching program and educational goals and objectives. The services provided to students within the TRIO program are all clearly linked to one or more of the program objectives and competency areas. As you can see in the table above, each service supports specific objectives and competencies. For example, peer tutoring addresses objectives 1, 2, and 3. Students receive 2 hours per week per subject, and this helps students reach the competency area of academic skills. TRIO uses multiple methods to assess their program and services to gauge whether program objectives and competencies are being reached each year. They use a variety of assessment processes and include qualitative, quantitative, formative, and summative methods. Additionally, they have a specific timeline to which they complete each method of assessment. As you can see from this table, they have a variety of methods and measurements that they use throughout their program. Coaching records are reviewed each semester. The data is available in December and May, and it is a qualitative, formative, and summative form of measuring their program's effectiveness. TRIO has 8 major benchmarks to establish the effectiveness of the overall program. Each benchmark is connected to one or more specific objective, and, as with their methods and measurements, a specific timeline is provided for each benchmark. The benchmarks are set by the TRIO program are designed to assess the participating students at different levels, from individual student success to program success. Additionally, the majority of the benchmarks also include a percentage which the program must meet to clearly indicate whether or not they have reached their benchmark successfully. TRIO uses multiple forms of data and assessment to gauge their program and review for future planning and changes. The TRIO program reviews their program after each semester and annually to determine if adjustments are needed for the program. They do this by reviewing specific questions regarding their benchmarks. Benchmark 1, Participant Identification and Selection. Did they meet their 160 students and meet their requirements? Number 2, Early Intervention, Student Assessment, Development Plan Process, Coaching, Student Monitoring, Financial Literacy, and Programming. Were these services successful in helping them reach benchmark number 2? If not, they go in and evaluate the programs and services individually to determine where they can make improvements. Due to the nature of the grant funding, TRIO must submit an annual review to the U.S. Department of Education and reapply for funding every 5 years. TRIO funding is very competitive, and therefore the NIC TRIO program consistently challenges themselves to perform better each year and each grant cycle. They do this by setting high expectations of themselves and therefore their students. They recently submitted a new grant for the 2016 to 2020 grant funding period. They have submitted a grant application raising their expected success rates and including new services based on past successes and failures. The TRIO program is an exemplary example of how assessment should work within a student services program. The program has a long-standing tradition of promoting and successfully assisting students from underrepresented populations. My only recommendation at this point would be to increase the number of students the program serves. While this is my only recommendation for the TRIO program, I do have some recommendations for the use of assessments within the Student Services Division at North Idaho College. The TRIO program should be used as a best practices model in the development of assessment plans within the other student services offices. According to the Vice President of Student Services, other student services offices have been far behind in starting to use assessment within their offices. He agrees that the TRIO program is by far the most advanced program within the division in regards to assessment and measurement of their programs. The staff within Student Services could greatly benefit from training from the TRIO program director in regards to assessment development, implementation, and what assessment means. The TRIO program is limited to the number of students they can serve each year. However, many of the students attending North Idaho College fall into an at-risk student population. To be able to expand the TRIO program's initiatives and implement them campus-wide could greatly change the student experience at North Idaho College. Completing this program review and critique has been a great experience to see how assessment can truly live within the world of student services. Instruction has long used assessment to evaluate and improve upon their programs and student learning, and now with programs such as TRIO, other student support services departments can begin to move in a direction where programs and initiatives are frequently assessed and improved upon to ensure we are supporting our institutional mission and our specific student population. Thank you for watching my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it.